Welcome everybody to Mike's Minute for a week 9. Today is November the 4th, budget day. Well, actually, Mike. So, once again, a crazy weekend in the NFL. Like teams that must have lost a pile of points on. I, I figure they were double digit favorites that were losing. Like it was crazy. What a crazy weekend.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Even last night's game, everybody was going with the Cowboys that I could see and boom. So, yeah, it was really surprising, but as I always say, there's a number of people that will have figured out or guessed right. So our winners for this week, Francis Martin at 111. So one of my side betters. Congratulations, Francis.
Very good.
Uh, Denny LeBlanc 113 in second place.
Wow.
Jan Ellis and Karen Martin 115 each.
Wow.
Yeah. So the two ladies, trounced all most of the guys. So always good to see. And in terms of the overall standings, Elliot Riddell keeps running along there quite nicely. He's in first place, and right behind him, Mike Russell, and then Dale Riddell and Jerry Boulay. So yeah. So,
Same
but
same
it's
crowd at the top every year. They seem to know exactly how to stay in the middle lane. So I don't know how they do it. Like how
well,
can you predict some of the scores this weekend? It was crazy. The Eagles losing, it was just one after another. And I'm looking at these games and I'm going, this is crazy. This can't be happening. And
how do they lose? And then you're going, I was really expecting them to win, and even when I look at this week's games, there's some of them that seem like they're going to be a very close game, but it could be completely right off the radar.
well, it's let's just take a look at some of them.
Yeah,
Let's share the screen here. Okay, okay, so there were two things that were certain as of the end of last week, just
yeah,
before the last week started, that Indianapolis was for real and they were a tough team, and
yep,
it's going to be tough to take them down. Of course, they lost, uh,
yeah, but
and you've got to take seriously the Patriots. They've been tough. Uh, that they certainly they won barely, but they won. The
yes,
other thing that we didn't know, we know now who is the real deal, Buffalo or the Chiefs. Now we know the
now
real
we know.
deal is Buffalo.
Yep,
So in the AFC, those are the three teams that seem to be dominating. In the NFC, Detroit, how they lost, I have no idea. Like again, they're at home. Like it just doesn't happen there. Uh,
no,
Now they're an unknown. I have to say they're an unknown. Seattle looked like world beaters. They look like
they,
they travel across the country,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
1,000 miles, and they put a beating on that that poor Jaden Daniels. I knew he was going to get hurt. They're in there faster than their defense, the offensive line could block them. I mean, it was almost a
yeah, absolutely.
football. It's crazy.
He
Uh,
was scrambling hard, but you can only do that for so long before they nail you. So
yeah,
yeah,
and Minnesota comes alive with JJ McCarthy. So uh,
yeah,
let's take a look at some of these games.
sure, yeah,
Baltimore and Minnesota. Now, Baltimore had an easy game against Miami. Now
yeah.
they're a tough Minnesota team. Who have you got in that one?
Well, I think that the Ravens with Lamar back are the real deal now, and they've turned themselves around. And the Vikings. McCarthy, he seems to have a good game, bad game. So I would go with the Ravens by maybe 4 or 5 on that one. So
Okay. All
how
right.
about yourself?
I think I'm going to go with Minnesota.
Okay.
I don't know if it was an aberration, but JJ McCarthy looked like a real quarterback. Looked like an NFL quarterback for a
Sure.
change. And when you go into Detroit and you beat Detroit, boy, that's even when Detroit wasn't good, it were
Yeah.
all tough at home. And
Yep.
yeah, that's a tough one. But I'm going to go stick with Minnesota.
Okay.
Tampa Bay and New England. Now that
Yeah.
could be a great game. Both you guys, as I said, you got to take New England seriously here. Tampa Bay's been tough all year. If they get off to a decent start, that they'll be in this game. So who have you got for this one?
Well, that's interesting because yeah, it was my two teams that I followed because of Tom Brady and so and you know the Bucks have been strong all along. That being said, Dolphins seem to be coming along quite well, but I think that the I shouldn't say the Dolphins, the yeah,
Okay.
England, yeah, New England type thing. I think that the Pets are going to win by probably, I would say, 3 points on that one.
Okay. The Pats by three?
Pats by three, yeah.
Hmm. Not convinced of that one. I think if Tampa
Okay,
Bay gets off to a strong start, because
yeah,
what happens with them is they usually go down by 2 touchdowns and then they're scrambling all the time. If they
sure.
can hold New England from scoring right away, I think they'll win that game,
Okay,
probably by 3 to 7 points. I agree. Right
okay,
now, the line is Tampa Bay by 2.5,
yep.
which kind of favors New England a bit because you're always given 3 points for playing at home, and they're only up by 2.5. So
Yeah, yep.
yeah,
Well, it'll be a good game actually. It'll be well worth watching.
absolutely.
Yeah,
A couple of more good games.
sure.
Los Angeles, San Francisco game. The LA Los Angeles Rams are they're I would say right now playing the best football in the NFC. Versus San Francisco just keeps hanging around. They just keep winning. Well, they've been winning with Mac Jones. I don't know if Brock
Yep,
Purdy's going to play this week, but that's a good game.
sure. Yeah, I think it is too, and you're right. The 49ers have been hanging around, and I think for two reasons. Mark Cosenzo praying for them, every day, and good coaching. So but yeah, I would agree with you. The Rams probably have the edge on that game. I think that they will probably again. I wouldn't go a big spread on that one. Maybe 5 points at the most. So
Yeah, what's the spread right now? It's Los Angeles Rams by 3.5. So
okay.
yeah, that's going to be a tight game. Um, I'm not what it would have been a good game, Detroit and Washington, but with Jaden Daniels out and with the look, I follow the Dolphins, as you know. I'm everything Dolphin here. And
Yeah,
for years, I've been saying the Dolphins have the worst offensive line. That is no longer true. As bad as the Dolphins are, and they are bad, they are worse than bad.
sure.
They have a better line than Washington. Washington's offensive line is a mess.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. So they're going to get they're in big trouble right now. So that line right now is Detroit by 8.5. I'm not even going to bet on that one.
Okay.
But there is another good game: Philadelphia, Green Bay. Right now, Green Bay's favored by 2.5. Do you believe that? The
Yeah.
Super Bowl champions are not favored in Green Bay.
That's an interesting one because the Packers seem to go up and down and more down than up. They've struggled. Um, I could see the Eagles doing well in that game. I would probably take them over the Packers. By but the Eagles have not had a big spread between points given up and points made, so I would give them maybe 3 points on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're getting to the point in the season where it's getting cold. It's going to be certainly cold in Green Bay,
Sure.
and if you don't have a running game, you're in trouble. I mean, let's face it, the season starts at Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Everything from who's ever playing well from Thanksgiving to the end of December, they're the teams to watch.
Absolutely.
Philadelphia's got Saquon Barkley. He seems to be coming alive.
Yeah.
Uh, I'd give the edge to Philadelphia now, and I think they've got a lot to prove. They're coming off a bye week, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to Philadelphia. They can play well in the cold weather. They're starting to get their motors running, and I think they're gonna win this game outright. I don't think it's going to even need the spread. I think they're going to win by 3.
Okay.
Well, Is there any other now remind people when they
Yeah,
have to have their picks in this week?
yeah, there's a early game on Sunday, so make sure that you have your picks in before that game starts. And last week we had a couple of people that missed their Thursday night picks getting them in. So, uh, we did have one week there when we were no problems like that. But again, guys, make sure you get it in. Even if you send me a text right now and say, Mike, I'm going to take this team by this amount, you're in type thing. But if you miss it, like some of the people ended up being given I guess it was the Dolphins, but that was a big spread, and some of them ended up starting off with about 28 points. So hard to get yourself back into it after that. So
And this could be a big spread too, because Las Vegas and Denver. Denver's got, and you don't rarely see this, almost a 10 point. The line is 9.5 for Denver. So,
okay,
guys,
yeah,
if you're listening to this, just immediately text Mike Denver by 10. Okay.
yeah,
Denver's going to win by 10. I'm going to give you that one. All right.
yeah,
There's no question about that one. Denver by 10. You got it?
yeah.
Uh,
And the beauty of it is, guys, if you're still awake before that game starts, you can always look it up and say, okay, Mike, I'm going to drop it down to 9 or move it up to 11 or whatever you want to do, but you're in the game.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. So shocked at some of these, like Indy by 5.5. I'm over Atlanta, and then Buffalo, Miami. I figured that was going to be double digit. It's not.
Yeah,
It's only nine points.
yeah,
The trade deadline. Keep an eye on the trade deadline. A lot of trades going on right now. So teams are getting weaker. The weak teams are getting weaker. They're trying to organically throw the season because they want a higher draft pick, and of course the good teams like Philadelphia, I think even the Ravens think they have a shot. Then they're in it. They're
yeah,
in it. They Pittsburgh won, but they're chasing Pittsburgh right now. So
yeah,
a lot of teams are making trades right now, and some teams are getting weaker, some teams are getting stronger. That's another thing
yeah,
to keep an eye on.
sure. Yeah, yeah,
Well, Mike, what can I
yeah.
say? Any other?
And just remind everybody that John will be traveling down to Florida next week. So likely is not, we won't be able to do Mike's Minutes until Wednesday, but you will see it in all its glory.
Yeah, yeah. I'm on my way to Florida. Jim Delahunty and I are doing our annual trip to Florida, and we'll be in Virginia. I might have a special guest if I can coax him to come on.
There
The
you go.
person we're staying with, a man named James Colley. He's a very famous football coach right down in that area. Knows a lot about football, and I might be able to convince James to be our guest next
Oh,
week. So
fantastic. Wow.
hopefully I can. Nice guy, wonderful man.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody,
Okay.
till next week, pick well, guys.
Yeah. Enjoy. Yeah.
Bye bye.